This is the Dreame L50 Ultra Robot Vacuum. I went in expecting another smart cleaner with big promises and average results. What I didn't expect was how much the hardware would carry the experience. The big hooks for me are the 19,500 pass suction, the dual counter-rotating brushes that don't tangle with hair, the retractable legs that climb high thresholds, and a dock that actually does the gross chores, auto-emptying, washing the mop pads with hot water, and drying them. The software is where I ran into a few bumps, but day-to-day, the mechanics make life easier. On design, the robot is a standard round unit finished in black, and it looks premium without screaming for attention. The top has a LiDAR turret for fast mapping. That's basically a little laser scanner that builds a floor plan of your home so it knows where to go. The height can shift a bit because of that turret's movement, which matters if you have low couches. The brush system underneath is the star. The HyperStream Detangling DuoBrush uses two counter-rotating rollers, one bristled rubber and one TPU rubber. They pull debris into the suction channel and are built to shrug off hair wraps. The base station is big, tall, and deep, but there's a reason. It's an everything dock with a clean water tank, wastewater tank, dust bag, heater for drying, and a hot water wash cycle. It's not something you tuck behind a plant. It looks like a serious appliance because it is. From my experience, setup felt straightforward but not flawless. The app wanted me to pick the right region before it would connect to Wi-Fi. Once I did that, it paired quickly. The first map run was fast thanks to the LiDAR. It drew my floor plan and let me label rooms and set no-go zones. Key features jumped out fast. The ProLeap system lifts retractable legs to step over door tracks and little ridges. In my apartment, that meant it could glide over a metal balcony threshold that normally stalls other bots. It also helps with single steps or taller transitions that would normally be a hard stop. Vacuuming is where this robot made its case. In my opinion, 19,500 PA is a serious spec, and paired with those dual rollers, it's not just marketing. On carpet, I could hear the motor automatically ramp when it detected fabric, and pickup on embedded grit felt above what I've had before. Pet hair didn't choke the brush. This is the first time I finished a week without stopping to cut out hair. On hard floors, it grabbed fine dust in one pass and didn't snowplow larger crumbs. There's a boost mode for big debris like litter or kibble that changes the pattern to avoid scattering. Mopping is good with a small caveat. The L50 Ultra uses two spinning pads that scrub instead of just dragging a wet cloth. The pads lift 10.5 millimeters to avoid soaking low-pile carpet, and you can remove the pads entirely for a vacuum-only run on thick carpet. The dual flex arm, Dreame's name for the extendable mop/brush system, is surprisingly useful. One pad swings out to press into baseboards and corners, and the side brush can extend to reach debris hugging walls. My only hitch was water use out of the box. On the lowest setting, dried spots didn't budge. Once I bumped water up a level in the app, the scrubbing took care of dried coffee and shoe marks. It also left less water behind than I expected, which I prefer. The dock is what makes this feel sustainable to live with. After a clean, the station sucks debris into a 3.2-liter dust bag rated for up to about 100 days, then rinses the mop pads with hot water up to 75 degrees Celsius, 167 degrees Fahrenheit, and finishes with hot air drying so the pads don't go funky. There's auto refill of the onboard water tank, and the dock can dose cleaning solution for you. One clever touch is omni-dirt detection. It checks how murky the wastewater is and can trigger a rewash or remop if it's still dirty. The washboard in the dock cleans itself, which means less gunk sitting around. I'll flag two realities. Auto empty and drying are loud, and you'll want to stock their cleaning solution because it's tuned for the system. Navigation and obstacle avoidance are strong but not perfect. On the plus side, the L50 Ultra uses an RGB camera, 3D structured light, and LiDAR to see up to 180 plus types of objects. In normal runs, it's steered around cords, shoes, pet bowls, and socks. When the floor gets shiny or patterns are weird, it can misjudge distance and do a little dance before recomputing. That's normal for many robots, but it's worth noting. The bigger snag for me is the multi-floor logic. If I move the robot to a different level, it sometimes gets confused about which map it's on, bumps a few times, repositions, and then tries to clean the wrong floor. I've worked around it by manually selecting the correct map and starting a room clean, but I wish it were smarter about that. There's also a Clean Genius mode in the app that's meant to choose settings automatically. In my opinion, it's too gentle. I turned it off and set suction to max and water to medium or high. Way better results. shorter runs, and no visible debris left behind. What I like most is simple. The core cleaning power is elite, especially if you have pets or medium pile carpet. The anti-tangle brush design is the real deal. The ProLeap legs remove the usual "I'm stuck on this track" complaint. The mop system, once tuned for water, does honest scrubbing and reaches into edges better than fixed pads. The dock is the difference between a novelty and a habit. I'm not babysitting it. Emptying, hot water washing, and drying happen without me. The app has thoughtful touches, like tailored carpet strategies. Leave pads at the dock for a carpet-only vacuum. Lift pads for quick transitions. Avoid carpet entirely when mopping. Run a double vacuum on carpet, or boost suction when needed. Being able to check a live view to find my cat is a fun bonus, and two-way audio works better than I expected. A few things I'd tweak. Battery life is rated up to 180 minutes, but the coverage per charge feels average in a complex layout. Recharge and resume smooths it out, yet I noticed a bit more top-off charging than with simpler bots. The dock cycles are loud, so I schedule them for daytime. The proprietary solution feels like ecosystem lock-in, though it does keep the plumbing clean, and multi-floor recognition needs polish. From my experience, drawing no-go lines for tricky furniture legs and disabling Clean Genius gave me the most consistent runs. I also learned to run a vacuum-only pass before a mop pass if the floors are gritty. That avoids muddying the brush chamber. Key features that matter to me boil down to this: high suction with a motor that actually pulls from carpet, a dual roller system that kills hair wraps, a mop that scrubs and reaches edges, retractable legs that cross door tracks, and a dock that automates the messy upkeep with hot water washing and drying. The navigation stack, LiDAR for maps, 3D light, and camera for object detection, puts it ahead of many models, even if it has the occasional hiccup. In my opinion, those fundamentals outweigh the software quirks, especially if you're willing to take 5 minutes to set sane defaults in the app. It's perfect for single-level homes with mixed floors, lots of pet hair, and a couple of annoying thresholds. I'd recommend this for anyone who values true hands-off maintenance and top-tier vacuuming more than they value flawless AI logic. If you live in a multi-story space and move the robot often, expect to babysit mapping a bit until Dreame refines it. If you want a mop that power scrubs dried messes on the lowest water setting, you'll need to raise water or do an extra pass. In conclusion, the Dreame L50 Ultra feels like a powerful cleaner wrapped in a very capable robot, with a dock that finally justifies the set it and forget it promise most brands make. The hardware leads, the software trails. But the net effect in my home has been genuinely cleaner floors with way less hassle. Check the comments of this video for a link to see the current pricing of the Dreame L50 Ultra Robot Vacuum. Thank you for watching.